Berin Ma'am, great teachers can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning, which in my opinion you have been very successful in achieving. You inspired us by taking a discipline such as sociology and making it interesting and engaging for us. You ignited our imagination by challenging us to think outside the box, not just as an academic exercise on the cognitive level, but it affecting change on the affective as well as on the behavioral levels. And finally, you instilled a love of learning by your passion for the subject matter, which you epitomized pragmatically in your teaching methodology. I remember you as one of the first lecturers that challenged me to research social issues and make presentations in class. Much before I could even take formal lessons in graduate school on public speaking, you had already begun that process by inculcating this important aspect in your pedagogy, for which I am truly grateful. You taught me not just to engage with the subject matter on a cerebral level, but to apply that learning on an affective and behavioral levels, which is quite commendable. Your 30 plus years as an academician, scholar, and educator in shaping the destiny of thousands of students who walked the hallowed hall of St. Joseph's bears witness to the enigmatic, erudite, and ever brilliant Berin Ma'am. Your retirement will be a great loss, I believe, to St. Joseph's and to the entire academic community. But I would like you to know how grateful I am for your service in shaping the worldview of your students. As you start this next phase in your life, may it not just be a retirement in the literal sense of the term, but as you look back and as you cherish the memories of the bygone years, may it mark the beginning of many new adventures. And therefore, I wish you a very fruitful and blessed retirement. God bless you abundantly.
My heartfelt congratulations on this occasion of your successful retirement. Ma'am, I wanted to admit one thing to you today. Being a Josephite was always a pride thing for me. But the most proud moment for me was being your student at St. Joseph's. Thank you for the wonderful memories that you have given to me that will always cherish in my life.
I want to thank you for everything. You've been an inspiration. I have been your student from 97 to 2000. BAIES is known for being notorious, and none other than you could have handled them. And you took care of us so well, just like a mother. I could never forget how supportive you have been to us and how wonderful your classes have been. So vibrant and so interactive. Thank you for everything. You have been an inspiration and you will remain my inspiration forever. Ma'am, I want to wish you good luck for your retired life. I love you.
How quickly time has flown. I still remember the first day I came to the arts faculty looking for help from a teacher, and I met you. And from that day on, I think we've shared this bond. You've been a great influencer. You've advised me. You've taught me. We've had some wonderful memories in the 3 years we spent together in college. And I've always looked up to you. Now that the time has come that you're retiring, I really feel swell, and I hope you take this time to spend with your loved ones and doing things you love the most. Godspeed and all the best.
Ma'am, so thank you for being there during my jaundice. Thank you for being there after jaundice, the scuffle of that hall ticket and all of it. I will not forget the kind of support that you were to me. Thank you again for that 125 member choir thing that we did together. Thank you for having my back, Lisa's back, and the choir. Thank you for introducing women's studies. That paper really made such a difference to me in my life. And above all, thanks for being such a wonderful person. I wish you the very best, ma'am, and sending you lots and lots of love. Take care, ma'am.
First of all, congratulations on the completion of your teaching tenure. From the very first lecture you gave at St. Joseph's, you've inspired me. Not just me, but I'm sure so many of my classmates, friends, and generations of students over the years. You are not a teacher someone can say goodbye to, because I think you will forever live in our hearts. And I just want to wish you a very happy and a peaceful retirement. And may God bless all your future endeavors and adventures that are waiting for you. God bless.
Wish you all the best for the future now that you're retiring. And I hope your greatest years are yet to come. Knowing you, you'll probably, you won't take it easy. You'll probably keep inspiring people to be better versions of themselves, like you did with me 20 years ago. So more power to you and congratulations again.
Ma'am, you were such a wonderful person. I still have fond memories of you while we were in college. Our trips, our CSA activities, our CSA camps, and it was such a pleasure, ma'am, to know you. You taught us so well. You imbibed in us a lot of social things that we can still relate to even now. It's so nice to keep in touch with you, and it's been a long time since we actually met. Almost 22 years, ma'am, since we've left college. Long time. And I was able to pick up something small for you as a token of our remembrance. A little photo of our last CSA meeting that we've had. This is in 1998, at the end of our last CSA Exodus Day. Good memories, ma'am, and here's wishing you a good, happy retirement life. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life after retirement with your family, your friends, and take care, ma'am. Love to you. Thank you.
In 1982, when you started your teaching career, I was there as a student in your first batch. Now, 38 years later, as you retire, I should say you have been truly inspiring. If not for you, I wouldn't have taken up sociology as a teaching profession. I'm sure you may have inspired many more like me. You were an excellent teacher, very articulate, very interactive, and very supportive. May the Almighty God bless you and keep you healthy.
Hello ma'am, this is Avinash Grubb from St. Joseph's. Remember very fondly the times you had helped us with the choir, making the choir sing with a lot of gusto and keeping the spirits up and spreading a lot of joy and cheer. Wishing you all success in this new phase of life as you retire, and hoping to see you again. All the best and God bless.
I have known you most of my life from the time you came to live in Indranagar with your parents. And then when you joined St. Joseph's College, it was great to have you as my lecturer. Your clarity in class and encouragement has left a lasting impact on me, and I'm sure on all your students. It was great to have you as a lecturer, but it's wonderful to have you as a dear friend. Happy retirement and God bless.
Ma'am, I was probably one of the first batch of students who you taught when you started your teaching career. I started loving sociology because of you. I must tell you, ma'am, that for the 80s, you were a really cool teacher. Though I was very mischievous, but you somehow managed to laugh and enjoy my naughty one-liners in class. You were more like a friend to us and understood our wavelength perfectly. For someone who can dedicate almost 30 years of their life into teaching, must be having an amazing passion. Hats off to you, ma'am, for that. You have molded so many people's life. So thank you, and wishing you all the very best in whatever the future holds for you.
I was really blessed and fortunate enough to have had a great teacher like Berin Ma'am in my life. You have impacted my life so much that I have decided to become a teacher just like you to enrich young lives. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all that you have done for us.
Hello, ma'am. Time has really passed quick. And now that you are superannuating, thank you so much for always being nice to me. You've been a great teacher. And I'll always remember the number of classes what I did not attend. I bunked, and you gave me attendance for it. All my other classmates till today, I'm not happy about this because you marked them absent. But I should let you know, ma'am, that you've been a great source of inspiration, because I always believe a good teacher teaches and a great teacher inspires, and you've always been that inspiration for me. Ma'am, I want you to know one thing. I'm just a phone call away. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to call me. Wishing you success in all your endeavors, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Dear Berin Ma'am, I have fond memories of my student life at St. Joseph's, where you, as a young lecturer, taught me sociology for 3 years between 1989 and 1992. You definitely made an impact on all of us students to be more socially conscious, and I'm sure you've influenced countless other students who have passed through that college. I'm sure you will be remembered with warmth and affection. Now that you're retiring, I wish you a very happy retirement, and I'm sure you'll have time to do all the things you had planned. God bless you, Berin Ma'am.
Hi Berin Ma'am, this is Sharat and Iddu from 2007-10 batch. Hope you're doing well and safe. So we want to thank you for being a wonderful teacher and guide during your college days, and we want to wish you a wonderful retirement.
Happy retirement, ma'am.
What you taught us in those 5 years of college when I was there has stood me in good stead and made me the person that I am today. I think it was your first year in college too. This was the year 1989. We were in PUC, and I remember there was this one class, this one moment that happened, which has stayed with me over the last 30 years. You were taking a surprise test, and I think you asked a question about Margaret Mead, and people didn't stand up until one of the most naive boys in class, Kiran, said, "I have the answer, ma'am," and he stood up and said, "Samantha Fox." And of course, the class went into an uproar because Samantha Fox at that point was a pastry pin-up girl and a pop star, and so it didn't go down well with you, I remember, and you said that, we're going to not leave this classroom until we find out how Kiran came up with this answer. There were moments of silence. In between that time, Vijay, my best friend in class, came up and told me that, someone had passed a chit to Kiran, and this is why he came up with the answer. So, there was this moment of complete murmurs and silence, and people didn't know what to do. And then you turned to me. I was sitting in the front bench, and you were like, "Samir, I think you know who the person is, or the people are who've done this, and so I want you to tell us if Kiran came up with this answer." And the dice was loaded because there were friends of mine in the back bench who were part of that operation, and there was Kiran, who I had taken under my my wings at that point, and I was trying to help him out. And so it was a moment, and I just stood up and called out those names, and there was dead silence in the class because I had kind of snitched on people that I knew, and but for me, I had just stood up for someone who couldn't stand up for themselves, and it was a bond that I think we established, went on to create beautiful things in college. I remember we came up, we started the women's cell, and that wall mag that fought for women's rights throughout those 3 years in degree. You also asked me to stand for the president of the college when there was very little time to campaign, and I did stand, and we lost, but it was that campaign that bonded all of us, and we gave a stiff resistance to the kind of president that we didn't want. So yeah, there were a lot of fights that we fought, combining the student and teacher relationship, and I might have got a degree from St. Joseph's Arts and Science, but it was the education that I got under you as a human being that I'll never forget. So I just want to congratulate you on your 30 years of being an exemplary teacher. You have always been my guru, and I've always thought that whoever I am today is because of how and what you did with me. And all the best in life, man.
It's very, very difficult to believe that it's been 20 years since I sat in a classroom and took away life's most precious lessons beyond industrial relations and sociology, things that I still continue applying in my life today, all thanks to you. All journeys must come to an end, but what a journey it has been for you, ma'am. So many people, so many kids, people whose lives have changed forever for those 3 years that they spent with you, under you, learning from you. Very, very privileged to have been part of this journey. Hopefully, you will recall our association very, very fondly as we do at least, and hope that you have a wonderful journey ahead. It's not the end. This is a new beginning for you, for your family, for your loved ones, and I wish you all the very best in whatever you venture into, and I'm sure it'll be a stupendous success as always. All the best, ma'am.
As students, many teachers will pass through our lives without remembrance, but yet a special few leave a lasting impression. You are one of them, ma'am. I take this opportunity and I'm honored to say thank you for all that you have done for us. You have been an inspiration for us. Your ideas about society has motivated us, has taught us to see life differently. I'm sure my classmates feel the same. I present myself, Emmanuel Santosh, 2000 batch IES. Ma'am, I'm so happy to be present during this event, to be a part of it, and to say thank you. Thank you for making me what I am.
Hello ma'am, this is Hamid from Afghanistan. I heard about your retirement from St. Joseph's College. I'm sad that St. Joseph's will no longer have you as a professor, but I'm happy that you have left a legacy for St. Joseph's, a legacy that I'm proud of, a legacy of good leadership, a legacy of being the best professor in St. Joseph's College, and a legacy of being a source of inspiration for me and many students in St. Joseph's College. I still remember the day when I joined St. Joseph's in 2006, and I was the first Afghan student. And when I met you, and the inspiration and the motivation that you provided me was something that made my studies easier in St. Joseph's College. The Social Zest experience, the first Sociology Association in St. Joseph's College, also the Gusto biannual magazine was one of my life's best experiences, and I always mention it when I talk about my success stories during my life. Also, I remember the day when I was chosen as the valedictorian for the graduation ceremony in 2009 on behalf of the humanities section, and I had some stage fear, and when I prepared my speech and you asked me that if I have prepared my speech, and I said yes, and then you said, okay, pretend I'm sitting in the audience and just repeat or rehearse your speech. And I stand up on the chair and you were there listening to me, and you made me rehearse it for more than 4 times, and you corrected my speech and provided me the guidance, and I think I had the best speech. And whenever I come to, when I face such an experience to deliver public speech, I remember that moment, and that gave me a confidence boost to do or deliver the public speeches, and that has helped me a lot in my career, and I'm thankful for that, and I'm very indebted for your guidance and your positive support during my studies, and you have empowered me to become successful in my life, and I'm thankful for that. Through this video clip, I would like to thank you and appreciate for being such a nice human being, first of all, and then for being the best professor and for being a source of inspiration in my life. And I will be forever indebted for your guidance and for your leadership and for being a good friend during the studies. And I count you as a part of my successes, and I will be there always to carry on that legacy that you have left and help out people in the future. Let me thank you again, and I'm sure all Josephites will be indebted for your services and what you have given them, and I'm sure their success, your role is there in everyone's success. I wish you all the best wherever you are, and I wish you a happy life, and I wish to stay in contact, and I hope we will be in contact in the future. And I am really looking forward to visit India sometimes and visit Bangalore, and I promise that I will visit you and thank you personally for what you have done for me and what you have made me to achieve in my life. Thank you and all the best, ma'am, and wish you a happy life, retirement life, and wish you all the best. Thank you, ma'am.
You are an inspiration to me and to many other thousands of Josephites. You were always there to encourage and guide us, and you motivated us to do what is right and to help the society without getting anything in return. I still remember the good old college days, the CSA work that we had, the fun field trips, and many more events. Today, as you retire, I wish you all the best for your future. May you enjoy every moment with your family, loved ones, and most of all, what you enjoy doing. God bless you abundantly with good health, peace, joy, happiness, and laughter. And I hope one day we will get to meet each other. Thank you, ma'am, for all that you have done.
First of all, love you. So one thing that I would like to say is I think you were one of the best teachers we had of our times, and ours was supposed to be the most notorious batch that you had ever encountered. At least that's what you said. And you were the only teacher who could, rule over us. In fact, I think all the students listened to you, and we had a great time because your class didn't seem like a normal class at all, because there was so much of interaction that used to happen in the class, and I think some of the best memories we had during your sessions. So thank you so much, and wish you all the best for your new life. Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Congratulations on your retirement. I want to take this opportunity to tell you how much you have inspired me to become the woman I am today. And I know you hear this a lot, but I hope you never take that compliment lightly. You are and will always be an amazing woman and a teacher. I hope you have a great time with your retirement. Lots and lots of love.
First of all, I would like to thank you for being an inspiration and guide for many of the students, and especially to those who came from Northeast India. I always remember you insisting us to go back to our native states after our graduation and serve our people. Now I realize the reason why you used to tell us to go back to our native place and serve our own people. On your retirement, I wish you a very healthy and happy retirement, and may God be with you, ma'am.
For me, there are a few things that I would highlight about a person in my life, and for Berin Ma'am, there are 3 things.
And the first thing would be like, as an artist, like, I always work with different blend mediums, and to me, the first time when I met her in the college, it was more like, she was more like a blend medium for me, wherein like, she was able to like solve, dissolve, and like, blend everything. For example, the doubts that I had, the fears that I had, the things that I had to learn, both academically and with the life, she was able to blend and melt and like, put them in one stroke on a canvas wherein it looks very beautiful, and at the same time it resolves and solves and gives you that wisdom. And like, to me, she was one of that character in my life. If you move on, like, everyone say that Berin Ma'am has a very loud voice. So like, in the musical notes, there's always two notes, right? So the high E and the low E. So Berin Ma'am's voice was more like a, the high E string, and her wisdom was more like a low E string, wherein like only few people could hear it and few people could follow it. And that's one of the great things, and which helped me a lot, and I was able to hear that, and I'm grateful for that always. The last thing would be like, there's always some like a story or a wisdom that becomes part of your life, and that has always been with Berin Ma'am for me. Whenever I had some problems or anything, it was like always going back and reading some of your favorite books or a novel, wherein like it's always there, and like, it gives you that particular the courage, the guidance, and the willpower to push through. And even when we started our social zest, so that was the same thing, like, it all happened to me at that time, and I'm really thankful for Berin Ma'am for like taking care of me as one of her best students. And like, I even learned a lot from her, and now getting to know that, she's getting retired and she's like taking up much more better things in her life, like, I'm really happy, and I congratulate her, and I'll always keep her in a prayer. And whenever there's a need for me, she's always like, there, and I'm always happy for that. So all the best, and we'll always keep you in prayer, Ma'am.
I basically studied under you as I came into college from St. Joseph's College as an arrogant, brash, and fairly entitled young man, and you put me into place several times. I think what stood out for me when I was thinking about the time we interacted was that you were perhaps the first person that instilled in me certain thoughts around gender equality, women's rights. It wasn't cool back then. No one's really talked about it the way it is today, and how widely spoken about it is today. So in some sense, for me, you were the pioneer of my thought process regarding those topics. Secondly, I think you were the first strong and independent woman that I remember interacting with. You were firm, you were so clear about your thoughts, and you just stood shoulder to shoulder with everybody. So obviously valuable lessons. I think some of the things that you perhaps unconsciously influenced me today are fairly important values that I carry, and I thank you. I'm sure there are many young people who studied, thousands of students who studied under you, whose ideas and thought process you shaped. Congratulations on a fabulous career. Congratulations on a fantastic tenure, and I wish you all the best. Spend more time with your family, perhaps grandchildren, and find time to keep influencing young minds. Congratulations.
Hello, Berin Ma'am. First of all, congratulations on completing 31 years of teaching at Joseph's. I want to thank you for being such an inspiration to me and to so many other students from the Northeast and Tibetan Students Forum. I want to wish you all the best and hope you have a wonderful retirement. God bless you.
Hello, ma'am. I'm happy to meet you through this video today. I couldn't believe that you're retiring this year because the memories that I have with you is still fresh in my mind. During my stay at St. Joseph's College, during the year 2008 and 11, you have helped me to learn a lot of things, and you have helped me to mold my personality as well. You were the one who encouraged me to write a poem on a social issue and present it in front of a huge gathering through social zest. And you also encouraged me to write essays on social issues, and I won many prizes through social zest and other competitions conducted in the college. And I could still remember the way you handle classes. When you enter the class, nobody will speak, entire class will remain silent. But at the same time, the classroom teaching, sharing, discussions, all these things will be very lively. We had a lot of fun, and at the same time, there was learning as well. I still remember the way you write points on the board. For example, features of rural area, you will write geographical location, we feeling, and so on and so forth, and you will take each point and then explain it clearly. All these teachings are in my mind because you did that with passion. Your teaching was very passionate, and that is why I think I could still recollect all those teachings. At this junction, ma'am, I would like to say a big thanks for the major role that you have played in my life, and all of us in our batch are doing well, and you have contributed a lot in our growth and development. John Maxwell says, a leader is the one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. But I would say that Professor Berin Lukas is the person who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. Thank you very much, ma'am, and I will meet you soon sometime in Bangalore. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Berin Ma'am. It's so nice to be talking to you today. I know it's such a big day, a very emotional and a very nostalgic one. And as you are retiring from St. Joseph's after a 31-year eventful service to the institution as well as to the student community, I thought I wanted to share my thoughts through this particular video. I've always told you time and again, whoever I've met, I've told them that I'm a teacher is because of Berin Ma'am. She was so instrumental in the way you took your classes, you recognized students like me, and then gave us opportunities to be able to do well by making presentations and also excelling in all the activities at the institution. We were very fortunate that we studied at a time when we did not have mobile phones, so almost all our conversations have always been face to face. And what a remarkable teacher you've been, and the kind of impact and the influence that you've had on each one of us is fantastic. And I can vouch for myself with the kind of work that I do with my students and the kind of transformational activities that I bring about in their mindsets. It's something that you did it to me when I was a student, and I do that to my students today. And I know the kind of presence that you've had in class, the ideologies that you believed in, and you were very strong when you voiced out certain opinions or against discrimination, against inequality, against deprivation of certain privileges and ill treatment of women. And you've been a strongest crusader of the poor and the weak, the marginalized, and the ones who were very downtrodden. Not just because you studied sociology, but as a human being, that is something that naturally comes out to you. And you've been so good in trying to help the poor and in trying to be what you have been to all of us. And on this particular day, as we wish you the very best, I know it's very difficult for you to be leaving because you've spent a greater part of your years at St. Joseph's, but you have a beautiful life ahead of you, Berin Ma'am. I'm sure you will definitely enjoy that as a mother and as a doting grandmother right now. So you have a wonderful life. So enjoy that. And not just as a student, I'm going to miss you in my professional capacity as a Board of Studies members. I've had that very rare privilege of not just being a student, but also been on the Board of Studies. I'm going to really miss you when I come next time for the BOS. You'll not be there. That hospitality with which you always welcomed us, You treated us so really well. I'm sure we're going to be missing your presence, but we're going to be in touch. I know you will, wherever you are, we will keep in touch, and through all the possible medias that we have. And I'm not going to forget you and the kind of work that you've done and your legacy. I want to tell you this: the legacy that you are leaving behind is not going to be left there, not being carried forward, but it is definitely going to be carried forward through the student teachers that you have created, especially in people like Anupal sir, Dav, or Maria and me, and there's so many others that I do not know. But yes, the student teachers are going to be the torchbearers of your ideology. We are going to be the voices behind all those people who are voiceless and marginalized, and we will definitely do that very best, of the legacy that you have carried forward, and we will do that, continue to do that in the days and years to come. So on that particular note, I want to wish you the very best for your life ahead, and I'm telling you that you will not be forgotten, and we will keep in touch, and wishing you all the very best in life. God bless you, your family, and all your loved ones, and may you have a wonderful retirement life ahead. Thank you, Berin Ma'am. Thank you so much for everything.
Hi, Berin. Surprised? Don't be. I heard you're retiring this month. Hopefully you'll enjoy your retired life as much as you did your working life. And let me take this opportunity to say thank you for being my friend. It's a God's grace, it's a blessing to have a person like you as a friend, and that too for so many years. How many? 45 years we have been friends. Hopefully all our life will be friends. Thank you once again for everything, and I wish you a very happy, healthy, relaxed, retired life. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Berin, you are working for the last 36 years, and now you are retiring. We feel that you have enjoyed the work and you have become the head of the department, which you are trying to make it as happy as possible. And the back information is all your students, they were enjoying and they were very happy with you. In the college, not only you are teaching, you are taking an active part in all the activities of the college, and the principal and other people, they were very happy with you. Now you are retiring, and we wish you the best of the retired life. Let God bless you.
Congratulations, you're finally laying down your office of a 31-year-long teaching career at St. Joseph College and another 5 years prior to it. So totally 35 years of teaching, and for you, teaching wasn't just a career, it was a passion filled with total commitment and absolute dedication, and which is the reason the students loved you so much, and even the management. Today, as a teacher, when you look back, you can be really happy and proud that you'll find thousands and thousands of students who have come out in flying colors and doing extremely well in different walks of life. And for us, Amos, it's a really proud moment for us even. But it's unfortunate that I could not be personally present over there, though I wanted to be there. But in any way, it can't help it. It happened this way. And at the same time, we, myself, Lubin, Ashwin, our little grandchild at Canada, and even our fallen children, Pepper and Keeper, are really happy that this is coming to an end, so that we will have more time, more meaningful time for ourselves, which in fact you are giving to the students all these years. And for me, my dear Mamos, personally, I am feeling happy that it is generally said that it is after the retirement the real married life starts, the meaningful companionship starts, and I am happy that you will be with me shortly, and we will all are eagerly waiting for you. So, my dear Mamos, congratulations for massive achievement. Love you.
So wow, this day has finally come, and I think we all feel quite sad that we're not there to celebrate it with you. But congratulations, 31 years at St. Joseph's is incredible. 36 years of teaching, even more so. I have experienced and witnessed firsthand what it means that you are a teacher, what it has meant for our family, what it has meant for me, for you and for your students. And it's been an incredible journey to be a part of with you. I'm sure this is just going to be the start of a lot of adventures, and I really hope that it's going to be a very happy and healthy retirement. So, yeah.
So 35 years, Mama, of teaching. It just goes to show the dedication and the passion you've had to build one of the most fundamental things for any person to grow. And today marks the day when you can finally hang your boots. And knowing that you have inspired tens and thousands of your students and many more whom you haven't taught, myself included.
Oh.
So congratulations again, Mama, for a wonderful, stellar career, and wish you all the very best for your retirement. Papa, your four-legged family, friends, and your kids and grandchild in Canada are looking forward to spending more time with you. So thank you and congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We
Love you.
Mwah.